Alright, how you doing, YouTube? I haven't done a video in quite some time. Wanted to address something really quickly, but I'm going to be doing more videos, but I'm going to kind of start straying away from the religious stuff. I just feel like if somebody upsets me with their religious arguments, which is what prompted this video, yeah, I'll do more, but I have some other things I wish to talk about, but, so my goddess Chris is back, so if she's going to be doing videos, I figure I'd start doing videos again too. So here's this video. This video I just want to talk about. I'm getting these debates with Christians and all kinds of theologians, and I want to talk about Christians in particular because this is who I'm speaking to at this moment, and also in general, the people who comment on my videos are mostly Christian. And a common, phrase, a common sentence, a common argument that I get is, well, you should read your Bible. You've probably never even read the Bible. Read the Bible. If you read the Bible, you'll find it there. All right? First off, let me say a couple things about reading the Bible. Most Christians, I would go up to 80% of them, have not read their freaking Bible, okay, from cover to cover, and sat down and read it. How do I know this? Because I read it, and it sucks, okay? It's the worst read in the world. You have to go through the whole so-and-so begot so-and-so, who begot so-and-so, who begot so-and-so. Like that whole, it's just annoying. The book doesn't follow any kind of storyline or logical pattern. It jumps all over the place because it's written by like 15 million different people, and all the stories don't match up. If you actually match, Matthew and Luke, and you match the books, they don't match up. They tell different stories of the same event. Okay, great eyewitnesses. So if you want to know more about that, look up Bart Ehrman, and he'll tell you when you line up the books of the New Testament. I haven't talked about the Old Testament because I guess the Old Testament isn't real unless you want it to be real, and that's a whole different thing anyway. But the thing is, nobody wants to read the stupid Bible because it's really hard to read. It's oodles and oodles of crap, and most people just want to go to the church and they get the Cliff Notes. And most people at the church anyway, they don't even read the Bible, okay? Maybe they've read it once or twice, but when somebody sits down to write a sermon or to talk to their congregation or their flock, they just know some of the stories, and they just look through the Bible for things that talk about their stories, okay? So I was talking to this one person. I'm having a back and forth with them in a comment section, and I talked about how in the Bible there's a part that says, Jesus says, I think it's Matthew, I don't know what the hell it is, Matthew 3:18 or something like that, that not a jot or tittle of the law shall be changed, and I have not come to abolish the law, but I have come to fulfill it, okay, or uphold it, or whatever the hell it says, okay, and so later on he writes back, well, you have to look here where it says blah 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 blah, and then I tell him, well, that's the problem with the Bible. There's a whole bunch of contradictions. And he says, what contradictions? I'm like, are you really serious? Like, you just made one. Like, by me looking at one part that says one thing specific, and you looking at another part that says a completely different thing specific, that's called a contradiction. Okay, it's a book that's telling you two different things about the same exact thing. That's what a contradiction is. All right. So point being is, it's just a pain in the neck. Secondly, who the heck memorized the Bible? Like, when somebody tells you, when somebody tells me, I'm having a conversation with them about something, and they're like, well, you should just go read the Bible. You've never read the Bible. I'm like, well, first of all, I did read the Bible. Second thing, I hated reading the Bible. It was annoying. It was a horrible read. And the third thing is, yes, I read the Bible. I didn't memorize the Bible. Just because you read something, I have a goal of reading 1,000 books in my lifetime. I'm at 463, okay? Reading this one right now. Really good book. It's called 3 Feet from Gold. Much better than the Bible, like this book. All right, so the point is that I have a goal of reading 1,000 books. When I finish this book, there's a lot of great stuff in this book. I can open any page. Here. All right? No, not that page. I need a page with a quote. It says, a dream is just a dream until it's written down. Only then does it become a goal. All right, so you got to write down your goals. All right, so I got little quotes all over the place. 10% of your attitude is determined by what life hands you. 90% is how you choose to respond. That's awesome. Okay, I like that. Good stuff. All right. Every wealth creator is crystal clear about two things: a vision and a mission. All right, good. That's what this book is talking about. So I can go in that book and probably come up with a bunch of sermons and things based upon the things that are written in that book, and great. And I can turn to a page. But when I'm done reading this book, even though I'll get a lot out of it, and I have been getting a lot out of it, I am not going to memorize it. I don't have every freaking line and page and quote and verse in that book. I have to go and look it up, you know, and most of the time I won't reuse half of that book. If I do, if I use it for a talk at my meeting or something like that, I don't have it memorized. Just because you read something doesn't mean you know it, and especially the Bible. Jeez. Okay, so telling people you should read your Bible, see, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, what you really mean is you should memorize your Bible, and who the hell is doing that? Okay, like really, honestly. So if I want to have a conversation with you, I gotta memorize your book. Okay, whatever. And the third thing, I've written down some notes here. I don't believe the book was written by God in the first place. Okay, so the point being is, why would I sit around and memorize it? Why would somebody, if you're not going to demonstrate to me that the book is, I've read the book, I didn't find any divineness in the book. So the point being is, you're like, well, this is the book. It's the unknown book. Well, you're telling us that you should read the Bible to understand why the Bible is written by God. Well, I read the Bible and I still don't see it. So then you're going to tell me other things. Well, did you look here? Well, here's where it says it. Well, just because something says something in the Bible does not make it true. And your assertion of saying, well, God wrote this book, or God inspired this book, your assertion of that doesn't mean anything, okay? Well, how do I know that what you're saying is true? Well, it says it in the book. Okay, well, yes, but I don't believe this book is true, okay? But, well, God inspired that book. Well, I don't believe there's a God who did that. Well, it says it in the book, right? Do you please understand why that is stupid and moronic, okay? So you have to give a reason why you think this book is a God-divine book, and it isn't, okay? And they throw in some weird prophecies or some of this. No, all right? Because there's contradictions all over the book. It's just like the zodiac. It's just like when people read your hand and they cold, I don't know what it's called, when they, what John Edwards does, okay? You know, and they just put out a bunch of vagaries, and then you just go, oh, okay, that applies to me. You read a fortune cookie, and it says today will be you'll find wealth, and then you find a nickel in the street. You're like, oh man, my fortune cookie was right. Or if you get $1,000 in the mail, you go, oh wow, my fortune cookie was right. Or if you don't make anything, it would, but you know, you find somebody that was already in your pocket. You're like, oh look, my fortune cookie was right. So the point is, it's always right if you want it to be right. It's just how the Bible is, right? Everything, everywhere is like that. So, here's let me explain to you the last thing as far as reading the Bible is, people can read the Bible word for word. This person who's talking to me is like, you need to read the Bible literally, okay, exactly what it says. Right. Well, do you understand that there's reason why there's 250 different sects and divisions of not sects, but sects. Of Christianity. You know why? Because everyone can read the book and they find their own way of interpreting it. All right? Here's the sentence. It's coming up now. Okay, so that sentence means something to you. Okay, so in your mind you just read that sentence and that means something to you. Now, if I say to you, I can use the same exact words that are in that sentence and make that sentence mean different things, okay? Like if I say, I didn't see the man beat his dog, well, that means I didn't see the man beat his dog, okay? Somebody else could have saw him, okay, but I didn't see him. If I say, I didn't see the man beat his dog, okay, well, that means I'm saying he beat his dog, I just didn't see him do it, okay? Like, you know, I didn't see him. He did beat his dog, but I just didn't see him. I didn't see the man beat his dog. Okay, well that just means it wasn't his dog. You know, he beat a dog, but it wasn't his dog. I didn't see the man beat his dog. Okay, well that doesn't mean, that could mean he beat his cat, he beat his wife. Right, it wasn't his dog. He beat something. It just wasn't, you know, a dog. It was a wife. Okay, or something else. All right, I didn't see the man beat his dog. Oh, maybe it was a woman, all right? So the point is that, so the same exact words in that sentence, be just stressing and emphasizing a different word in the sentence without changing any of the words in the sentence makes the entire sentence mean something different. So people can read the exact same words that you're reading and come up with a different interpretation of those words. 10 people could read the same thing and come up with 10 different, and that's just one sentence, all right? Well, what about a whole entire book, all right? Now, here's my point, and here's why it's not a God book, because if it was a God book, there would be no interpretations. Yeah, God would make it very clear in your mind, when you read this book, this is what it means, and that's it. Okay, because this is your eternal soul that's at stake here. So an all-loving God would probably make sure that the rules, first of all, he wouldn't put in a book anyway. He would just tell everyone. But secondly, that the rules that he wants could not be interpreted in a different way. Pretty simple. Anyway, don't read your Bible unless you want to become an atheist.